gonna sync audio. Booyah!
That's not gonna be in there. That's not gonna be in the final, is it? The booyah.
Oh yeah, booyah is my signature phrase.
That thing that you came up with, and
That thing
say.
that nobody else has ever said. Welcome to Your Inner Child as an Idiot, the podcast where we revisit things from your childhood and crush any lingering hopes you might have had that they were any good. I'm DJ. This is Damon.
Hey, DJ.
Welcome to our first ever video edition.
That's why I'm twitching so much, is that I'm just conscious of everything I'm doing. So I just keep
We're
make
just
sure I
standing
touch
perfectly
everything.
natural as we always do during the podcast.
And then I just rub the back of my hair.
This is our 2015 year-end spectacular.
Yeah, that's why we have this stair backdrop to get people really jazzed up.
There will be
rising up to 2016.
There will be Kevin McAllister will sled down these very soon.
Were there any other stair moments from the movies we watched?
Ralphie will come down in a bunny costume.
Oh yeah,
Both the Christmas movies.
That's it. Stairs are part of Christmas. It's just a tradition.
It's
you
a
put
fact.
garland on them.
Fact.
Jesus sled down the stairs as a baby in the manger. It was a really complex manger because it had stairs.
Well, it had those little rails.
In a way,
underneath
the
to
inn
sled
manager
down.
was actually being really generous to them. Because
So you're
he
saying
was
the
like,
stairs? Wait, you're not saying the manger came down the stairs. You're saying there were stairs in.
No,
the
there were
manger.
stairs, and it was a two-story manger.
That makes sense. So we're gonna do an interesting thing today.
Yes.
So we're going to first, as you can see, we have a bevy of breakfast cereals in front of us. We're going to sample some breakfast cereals from our past, from everyone's past, and kind of get an adult take on them. That sounded sexual.
Yeah, we're not going to be sticking our penises in them.
No one is going to have sexual intercourse with the Lucky Charms guy. Oh, that sounded like sad for him, didn't it?
No, yeah, I don't know why you're picking on him.
So that's going to be part of it. And then also we're going to just take a look back.
Yeah,
the year's
this
activities.
is our first year doing the podcast. We
Yep.
want to look back at some of our favorite movies that we watched and some of our least favorite.
We'll do a little countdown of the best to worst, I guess, because nobody cares what we like the best. So we'll start with
those.
those.
I really like, and
Get to
then
the one.
really want to talk about which ones we hated the most.
If you're into this podcast for us liking things, you are in the wrong place.
I mean, it already starts with some negging of the audience. The name of the show is making fun of you. So we're really going to get to the worst things we watched.
So I guess let's go down the line real quick of our cereals.
Yeah.
Get some before we a priori to our sampling them today. I don't think that was used properly.
I don't think so.
So Frosted Mini Wheats, go.
This one, I was surprised. This is what you put on the list. It's not
Yes.
really like a kid's cereal to me. I think I started eating it in my teenage years and thought of it as like an adult, like a transitional cereal. It still has frosting, but it's not hiding what it is. It's like, this is made of wheat. So I like this one, and I think my boyfriend actually still eats it on a regular basis.
Well, this is one that like pretends to be healthy, but
Right.
also you're right, very right. It's like a in
it says
between.
mini wheats in giant font, and then frosted, just really small on top.
It's only a pound of sugar on these. Don't worry about it. So the reason that I think of this is like I have memories of this is because my mom went through a phase. I think like many people, my mom goes through like phases of things she likes for a short period of time.
Sure,
She would get kind of obsessed with a thing and then move on to another thing. Frosted Mini Wheats
Was it always cereal based?
No, I mean it would be like chocolate covered
Loving her
raisins.
children. No,
Loving her
from
children. Move on from that.
Right, and then collectibles. Star Wars collectibles after loving her children.
Right. Hummels. Frosted Hummels. So she went to Frosted Mini Wheats at one point, and my favorite thing about this, because it doesn't really have to do with the cereal. Actually, it does, because what's the big thing about these? If you think about their physicality when you eat them, what's the
They're
problem
mini.
with these?
Oh, there's only one per spoon? You can only get one on this there? Or if you
Well-
put two on there, you choke yourself.
Well, if you leave them in the milk,
Oh.
they get very soggy. I mean,
They,
all
like,
cereal
inflate.
does, but they get like really milk clogged, I guess. And so my mother, to combat this, she would take a sample and spread them out on a paper towel, get herself a little bowl of milk, take one on a spoon, dip it, kind of dredge it in milk, and then
This is the
eat the
first
one
time I've ever heard of another
wheat
human
pillow.
being
Yeah.
doing this in my life.
You do this?
No, this is
okay.
only time.
Okay. It sounded like you were saying, finally, I found a friend.
Finally, bring your mother to me. We need
Linda
to start
Phillips
a support
and I-
group.
yeah.
No, I've never heard of that before in my life. She would put a paper towel out.
Yep, little
because
paper
she didn't want
towel.
to sully another bowl.
Right. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
But that's also it also doesn't make sense because it's completely insane.
it's completely insane, and yet you can see
I
why.
see the logic.
Yeah.
They are rather large. I feel like they're possibly at the limit of size.
Well, because they used to be like,
Oh, they still have those. And as an adult, I
Large
still
wheats.
eat the giant pillows. And I bought them once, and Tyler thought, you would have thought I brought a space alien into the house. He's like, what is that? Like I brought a prop from The Incredible Shrinking Woman. Like, no, they make these. That's why those are called
those are mini
wheats.
wheats. These are the maxi
These are the
wheats.
wheats.
Yeah.
These are the macro wheats. So I brought them, and I like them because you're supposed to tear them apart and crumble them up in milk. But these
Right.
you're supposed to eat in one bite, and I feel like one is not enough. And then I put two on the spoon, and then I'm like, and then I feel like I can't do it right.
now, since we have camera, can you do that again real quick? And slow-mo. Okay, cool.
I sound like the boy from The Ring.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Sorry.
Frosted Flakes.
That is a go-to, and still I sometimes crave Frosted Flakes. I sometimes will still smell Frosted Flakes in the air.
When you're having a stroke.
I'm like Gloria Stewart in Titanic. I'm like, I can still smell the Frosted Flakes. It's been 84 years. I love Frosted Flakes. They're still fantastic. I mean, they're just... As I've noticed, before we started taping there, Frosted Flakes, technically the legal name is Frosted Flakes of corn. You can't see that because it's printed so small.
They don't want you to know that it's made of corn.
But it's just corn and sugar.
Yeah.
And corn has sugar
Staple
in it.
of continental breakfasts and college cafeterias everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
there is nothing good in the college cafeteria today, but I need to eat.
Right. And this
Frosted
is a
Flakes.
buck under my meal plan.
Right. Yeah. All right. Fruit Loops.
I want to say before we move on,
Yeah.
even though it's a problem with all of these, I'm most concerned that we're not going to get the most optimal Frosted Flake experience, because the problem with these mini bowls is that they combine the best of the cereals, which is the cereal themselves, and the worst of a cereal enjoying experience in that
Dust.
the dust is in each one.
Yeah.
So you're going to get that dredge of like where it's just in the milk getting weird.
Cereal dust.
Fruit Loops are lame. That's my recollection. I liked them as a child, and then I graduated to Lucky Charms, which is a weird thing to graduate to from Fruit Loops. But I think they all taste the same.
When I need to find a way to recall something that tastes fake, that tastes like synthetic fruit,
Right.
This is the flavor that I use as a comparison. So this is like the platonic form of fake shit.
Of fake things.
Yeah.
Are these better or worse, in your opinion, than Trix? Which I could not get. I could not get in their set.
I don't remember what Trix tastes like.
I feel like
I never
Trix-
ate them as a kid. So
Trix is
they're for
slightly
kids. They're
better.
for kids.
Right.
But I didn't have
Rabbits
them.
need not apply.
Yeah.
These, I think, are the step under Trix, and then Trix actually taste different. I did read somewhere that Fruit Loops all taste the same. The color is completely arbitrary. They're all the same flavor. Fruit.
So when
F-R-O-O-T. There's a legal reason they have to write F-R-O-O-T. They cannot write F-R-U-I-T.
when I was following my nose,
Yeah.
which honestly, Toucan Sam, big nose, I'm with him.
Well, he
You know,
technically has a beak. Is that really a nose?
Well, he says follow your nose.
No, I know what he says.
But you
I'm
think he's
calling
talking
him out.
about the holes on top of his beak.
Yes, his little nostrils.
All right.
I'd like to get like an ornithologist in here and say, does
We
a
need to
beak
talk.
count?
Can we get
Actually cut the tape we were going to bring in?
ornithologists in here, please?
We have one on standby.
I'm sure there's a famous ornithologist I could reference right now.
Oh,
but
sure, but I mean, you're busy.
Darwin, kind of.
Sort of. The finches. He didn't say they all have different noses.
No, he didn't.
They all have different beaks.
Cinnamon
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
This, I think, is pretty tasty. If I
Yeah,
recall.
this is like if I want Golden Grams, but I'm kind of slumming, I'm kind of feeling naughty, I go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like these are like the slutty Golden Grams.
We didn't get Golden Grams. I do like
They
those.
don't have those either.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I love Golden Grahams, and I feel like those are a legitimate cereal that
Yeah.
like somehow got bumped to the kids section. I'm like, I feel like this is an adult cereal. There's no cartoon characters.
They're graham
on it.
crackers and milk. How are
There's
they not
no
a kid's?
cartoon character.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's the legal definition.
That's it. Yeah.
You've got that fat. Well,
The
actually,
fat
he's
baker.
not on here.
I think they fired them.
He was crazed. I mean, did you see him? It was like drugs for him. Wendell.
too
Wendell.
bad.
That was his name.
name.
There used to be 2 other bakers, and they got rid of them, and they downsized to Wendell. And he would get like the spiral eyes whenever he thought he was gonna.
Why do all
Cereals
these?
are all about drug addicts.
They're all about somebody who's addicted to the cereal.
Or someone with the voice of Bing Crosby beating someone up who just wants some
What was
of the
that one?
cereal.
Is
That
that-
was
Golden Crisp.
Golden Crisp.
Golden Crisp.
Another vaguely
Honey
named.
Crisp?
We have Honey Smacks over here, but they're not visually in this cup. They're in this box, so we kept them off the table. But
They'll be blocking your entire face for the whole segment.
It's true. But Honey Smacks and Golden Crisp are so vaguely named. Like
Yeah.
they're not even named after a character. They're just Honey
Just
Smacks.
here.
It's the smack of honey.
Shut up and eat this. Although I will say, Captain Crunch, we got Captain Crunch the lesser and Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. And he's all about you eating his cereal. Like, unlike any of the rest of them where they're like being chased or something. Well, I guess Tony's into it too.
He wants you because he believes they're great. He's like evangelical.
Yeah.
He's just like trying to
I
convert
want to talk
everyone.
to you about Frosted Flakes.
Do you have a few
Bring in the
moments
door.
to bring your family to the door and we can talk about Frosted Flakes?
How do you have a book about
It's
Frosted
Saturday.
Flakes?
I just woke up. He doesn't even have a book. He's just got the back of the cereal box. He just makes you do the maze.
It's like enriched, niacin enriched flour is the first thing. So
Actually, the weird thing about Frosted Flakes, not to jump back, but there was always a real like concerted effort to make me think that I should be eating them right before I go play
you had
soccer.
to play like flag football. Yeah. Do you
with
want
a giant 7-foot tiger.
what you want is a belly full of milk before you head out there.
Before you just start running.
That's the one thing
as
I've learned
fast as
about
you can.
sports. Before sprints, you're going to want just a churning cauldron of dairy. That's
Just going in your stomach. That sounds perfect. That's what I liked about that. They almost were off-putting because I hated sports so much that I was like, am I going to seem like a jock if I start eating
You have to like pour Gatorade over them. So
like
Crunch
lifting
Berries,
weights while eating? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
one of the things, there's 2 things that come to mind with Captain Crunch and Crunch Berries. Although I don't think I ever really ate Captain Crunch by itself. This is the sequel that clearly surpassed the original.
Yeah, this is the Toy Story 2 to the Toy Story of Captain Crunch.
So, cutting the shit out of your mouth.
Yeah,
I
I've
remember
heard that from people
Looking forward to that. I'm going to Vaseline up before we eat those.
Just, what, you gargle Vaseline? Like the actual petroleum jelly?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Mix it with water.
No, that's fine.
Cut it with water.
Cut it with water.
And then 2, just the like film, the weird film that gets on your mouth from these. It's like it's like a sugar corn flour. Let's see.
Yeah, let's check the ingredients on those. Corn.
Oh, it's
and another
probably the
corn-based-
BHT, a preservative.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I never ate Crunch Berries as a kid, but I noticed something weird chemically about them. That I would eat them in college. They had the Captain Crunch in a little, like something like this.
Yeah.
But unlike anything else, the milk would sit at the bottom and you would start scooping out the last of the milk and then you would like hit a pocket of like crunch berry dust and it would open and you would realize it was dry. Like the milk couldn't penetrate the dust.
Oh, what?
And I was like, what? This can't be right. Like in God's eyes, he's probably like covering them. Like I should eat them with
What
a
have I
shroud.
done?
It's like eating an ortolan. You should eat it with like a shroud over your head to hide your head from God. It's the most shameful thing you can do. Yeah, these are not of God's earth.
The Citizen Kane of
No, yeah,
breakfast
this
cereal
is
right
the
here.
godfather of breakfast cereals.
Yeah.
Like this is, the rest of them should just go out of business because you perfected it right here.
Although I gotta say, could do without the cereal bits. Just give me the marshmallows.
Now, did you, as an obsessive child, did you eat all the oats and then eat the marshmallows
Once
separately?
I got to like where you could sort of see where they were like in a single layer, then I would start to eat the oats first.
I like the challenge of eating only oats, and I would shake marshmallows. Because they would stick to your spoon.
Yeah.
So you have to get them off there.
perfect, which is perfectly natural. Don't worry about it.
But the weird thing about it is then if you did that, if you ate all the oats and left the marshmallows, the milk would turn into this gray-green,
sickly green.
yeah,
kind of-
Charybdis color thing. That was like, oh God, why did I do this?
What if?
So yeah,
all right,
that's
okay.
my memories.
Shall we eat them?
Yeah, let's eat them.
All right, here we go. Gonna eat. Gonna eat.
Go.
Gonna
Eat.
eat. Gonna eat some cereal.
All right. Well,
Damon, I don't feel great.
No, I'm not
Gotta be
proud of
honest with
myself
you.
right now. Yeah, that was not my best moment. So we just ate, what was that?
Honey Smacks?
8 cereals.
Ooh.
Not full bowls. Don't
No.
worry. Don't call a doctor. But we had Honey Smacks, Mini Wheats, Frosted Flakes,
Fruit
Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Captain Crunch and his berries, and and Lucky Charms.
Okay, Honey Smacks, pretty much garbage.
No, that's
It's weird,
garbage.
Weird. You touched on the weird coated outer shell and then the gummy corn.
Like the gummy, like day old, like the corn, the popcorn you would get like from Christmas from that aunt you never see.
Yeah.
Like that gummy, like 3-day-old popcorn. But it's like caramel corn in your cereal, which I don't like caramel corn as a thing.
I'm okay with it, but
I
like
certainly don't want it for breakfast to start my day.
it is the most corn, like flavored,
Unapologetically
cereal. Yeah.
corn.
Mini
Although
Wheats?
it is a puffed wheat cereal.
Puffed wheat. Is it not corn?
It's not corn.
Weird, because that tastes the most like corn. We get a call from Kellogg's like, hey guys, listen up.
You know, if you don't like it, that's fine. But god damn it, it's wheat. It's a puffed wheat cereal.
At least be truthful about it.
Mini Wheats, I'm still confused as to why they're on our list. They seem like an adult cereal that's got a little bit of kid stuff on it.
Yeah, I think you're underestimating the amount of sugar in it, one. But also, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, it stands up to the adult palate, I think.
Right.
You know, that sounds like they're fighting, but...
I felt like there was a fight in my mouth with some of these, though.
Yeah, not that one,
It is, yeah. Frosted Flakes, of course, were fantastic.
That was great.
No problems there.
They are
all
sweet.
know we've all eaten Frosted Flakes in our adult post-college lives.
I will say that
Living in our
getting
parents'
through
house.
a full bowl of those, that's the one thing we're missing from this little sample that we're taking is there's some cereals are really good at first and then kind of a slog after a while.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They were great as a small sample at least. Fruit Loops are garbage.
Yeah, I don't
They're
even
a garbage
know.
food.
They tasted like someone came up with a cereal based on legends of fruit. I've never eaten fruit myself, but I hear tell from Columbus that there's some in the New World, and I'm going to base a cereal off of what he said.
They had like litmus paper with chemical fruit flavors on it, and they're like, let's make a cereal out of this. That's fine.
It's disgusting. And it just tastes like sweetened cardboard.
Yeah.
In
circles.
Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was
really sweet.
Really sweet. It was good, but it was really sweet.
That was one
really
that I think the most surprising for me because I thought I was going to like it. And I think also I'm thinking of Golden Grams, which are a little less sweet when you were saying before, being a little bit too
I think I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch more than you did.
Yeah, that's fair. You're allowed to be wrong.
Is. Thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate you allowing me to do that.
Captain Crunch. Surprisingly sweet.
Very, very sweet.
The crunch berries, somehow, even though it's adding sweetness to it, kind of balance it out just because you get a little bit of that punch of fruit.
It tastes more like fruit than still not a recognizable fruit, but it tasted more like an actual fruit than Fruit Loops.
Yeah. Lucky Charms. I mean, it stood up.
And funnily enough, it seems like it would be just as sweet as these other ones, but the oats actually balance it out. So the marshmallows are sweet, but the oats aren't super sweet. So it still seems reasonable, and your teeth aren't actually like dropping out of your mouth.
I need to issue an apology to oats, the Lucky Charms oats, because as a child, thought they were a waste of cereal space.
Right. Garbage, hot garbage.
I get pissed off. They add a much needed balance. That's the balance of the balanced breakfast. So we're supposed to get, remember all the commercials when they're like, part of a balanced breakfast, they have like eggs, bacon,
a
orange juice, a grapefruit cut in half,
a mimosa,
and cereal.
like a cup of hot coffee for the kid. Lucky Charms. I remember when I was a kid, there was like a marketing scheme, like an arc of commercials of they screwed up at the Lucky Charms factory.
Oh, did they do
And there
all-
was double marshmallows.
Oh.
Not all marshmallows, because I think the government would have had to
Like,
step
we
in
can't just-
and like take over the factory. But I like that they, as commercial or as cereal peddlers, they really thought I'd be invested in what was going on at the factory. Like, wait, why are there double the marshmallows? Should we call someone, Mom? Oh no, it's fine.
What's happened to Wendell? I thought he was. No, that's a different cereal. I always assumed they were all just, like working in the same.
Like they were all friends.
Yeah, they were all, just working in the same, I don't know, cereal factory.
Right. A serial killer comes in, kills off those bakers that Wendell worked with.
Yeah, I guess we can't.
That was an attempt at a play on serial killer, and I apologize to everyone.
We can't call this the cereal podcast, but that'll be really confusing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should call it that.
Get some iTunes
Maybe if
bumps.
someone's like just speaking everything into Siri instead of actually typing
Yeah.
it out, we might get some accidental.
Play the
viewers.
cereal podcast. Like, what are these two assholes doing? All right, so we're gonna. That's cereals. That's all the cereals possible. Except
That's
for
all they
Cookie
came up
Crisp
with.
And Golden Grams.
Yeah.
There was a lot on our list, but we can only eat so much. Maybe we'll do a part 2. We won't do a part 2. But we're gonna come back and we're gonna go through our episodes and rank our favorites and not so favorites.
Yeah, not so favorites. Most important. Okay. Just opens with us laughing at nothing. That's my favorite part. Okay. So right now we're going to do our favorites of the year that we've talked about and
Yeah.
our least favorites of the year.
Favorites-
Also known as the worst.
Yes, so it'll be best to worst because really the only thing anybody cares about.
Right. Like,
Yes.
well, I read the AV Club all the time, and every year they do their favorites and their worst movies of the year, and I always read the worst films of the year as soon as humanly possible.
Right. It's more entertaining. Okay, so I don't know. Do you want to start? You want to start with your favorite?
My favorite, or should I do my fifth favorite?
Well, okay.
See how I
Okay.
said, should I do that or this other idea that is not that?
Well, we didn't. We don't know each other's lists.
Right.
So
we have not
stop
talked
flashing
to
it
each
in my
other.
face.
Oh, that's not my actual list. Stop showing me that.
Stop it.
You know, I
Showing
don't
me your
mind if you
cards.
have a favorite. I just don't want you rubbing it all in my face all the time. Okay, so my fifth favorite, and this one actually surprised me when I looked back on the
Yeah.
list. My fifth favorite was 80s wrestling.
Okay.
I was surprised by how much I got into it and how much I like Macho Man Randy Savage, R.I.P. Peace be upon him.
Peace be with you. I had 80s wrestling in the middle at number 12 because it
Oh,
was like
really?
just because and the reason it was that high was because exclusively of Randy Savage, Macho Man Randy Savage, who was really entertaining. But otherwise, I didn't think it was that great. But it also I didn't mind watching it. I was sort of enjoying it. But
Right.
the
I
matches
think
got
this-
really tedious, which were supposed to be the point.
I think the surprise factor for me was that I enjoyed it at all. I
Yeah.
expected to be completely bored the entire time we
Yeah.
watched, and I actually was entertained by a large
Kind of
part of it.
Yeah.
So I think that bumped it up in my list because I was never a big wrestling fan as a kid. What was your number
enough.
5?
My number 5, Troop Beverly Hills.
Oh, really?
Did not expect to enjoy that as much as I did, and it wasn't. About 4 or 5 is where this list is like. Not so much I would go back and watch it again, but I didn't mind it,
Right,
And there were some
exactly.
funny elements. Shelley Long was good in it, that kind of stuff.
And
Plus,
Zelda Plender.
you got to sing the song, which I
That's
really
true.
enjoyed.
Beverly Hills, what a thrill.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills, what a thrill.
All right.
My number 4 was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Movie we both had never seen, which
Yeah.
is like a Thanksgiving favorite for a lot of my friends, but we had both somehow missed the boat.
Yeah.
But that was just as good as everyone told me it would be. So
Yeah, that one was great.
I was surprised that it actually hadn't made it into my purview before we watched it here.
Just happened to not see it. It seems like a movie I should have seen, but I actually had that even higher at number 2.
Well, okay, fine.
So I agree. Number 3.
No, that's. I want you to have it higher.
I want you to like.
Don't want to bring it up
Fine.
after we're done recording. So it's fine. What was your number 4?
My number 4 was Ducktales. Enjoyed Ducktales. Was not quite as I think even expecting to like it even more than I did. I liked it fine. I thought it was good.
Right.
And it's enough to make my top 5, but it still was it was a little disappointing just in the sense that I really liked it. going on, you know.
Well,
so.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll bring it up again in this listing.
I have a feeling we will.
But I did not rate it as low as you.
There you
So
go.
I guess I just gave away we will be talking about it later.
Number 3.
I just thought it was just a very good time still talking about DuckTales.
We'll come back.
I just really thought it was a fun adventure tale, and I thought I think I still had half a mind that it would be kind of boring when we watched it, but it wasn't. I really got into it.
So it does. The expectations do play a pretty big role
for me,
in this,
it plays like if I'm surprised by how much I like it, it bumps it up a few notches, or if I'm hugely disappointed, it knocks it down.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like flabbergasted that anyone likes this,
which we'll get to later.
which will be brought up.
Okay, number 3. What was your number 3?
My number 3 was Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Which is hysterical. It's a great movie. Catherine O'Hara is fantastic. Michael, I almost said Michael McKean.
Michael McKeaton.
Michael Keaton.
Michael McKeaton.
Top of the mark. That's Scottish, actually, I think, more than Irish. We were doing. Whoops. Let's try and keep this accurate. Michael Keaton's great, of course, but as we were saying, Catherine O'Hara is like the secret MVP of that movie.
Yeah.
She's really hysterical.
She nailed it in that movie. My number 3, Batman. Tim Burton's Batman.
Also Michael McKeaton.
We just like to keep him in the top. We had a lot of Tim Burton, a lot of Michael Keaton in those.
Yeah, that's true.
In the top 3. Yeah. So, okay, number 2.
Batman for me.
All right.
My
okay.
Batman is right there.
My number 2 is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So, like that a little bit more than you. So,
Guess in a weird way, that's
Steve
fine.
Martin are buddies, so. And your number 1?
My number 1 is DuckTales.
Ah, yes.
Just because I was so pleased with that it like held up and the animation was really good.
My number 1 was Beetlejuice because
So I guess in a way we just started repeating names.
Some combination of those movies is our top 5. Tune in next time. Okay,
Next year.
We're gonna do
Now that that's out of the way.
bottom 5, right? That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we'll be starting at number 18, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I just have
Can we do bottom 6?
Yes, if you want to throw in a bonus, like if you feel like there's just say it's a 2-way tie, and just that way you can include them both.
Okay. 2-way tie at 18th place. fifth worst would be Full House / Super Mario Brothers the movie : the movie.
Yeah.
Those were both pretty garbage.
But Full House, I have it actually ranked a little bit lower because I don't even get ironic enjoyment out of Full House. There's like nothing, like at least Super Mario Brothers, as like completely off the wall as it is striving for some like incredibly bad piece of shit, but it's striving for something. Whereas Full House is like, well, let's fill half an hour.
Right. Yeah.
Are the Beach Boys available? The remaining Beach Boys?
Do we have a handsome guy that can play the uncle? I will say the thing that drops.
What if they kept adding uncles as the season went on? We've got 7 uncles already.
7 brides for 7 uncles. Super Mario got this low because it like destroyed a franchise. Like, took something that I really did like, which is Super Mario the video game, and then just like shit all over it.
Although I do stand by my original thing, which in the episode I think I brought up, which is I don't think that it's possible to make a real movie out of Super Mario Brothers. It's just like a pipe dream of a video game that no one should be trying to bring narrative.
But you saw
into.
Battleship, right?
You're the one guy who went to see Battleship.
I was first in line. There was no line, but I was there.
I was the first in the theater and also the last in the
People working there were like sweeping. They're like,
is this a misprint? Did you mean to go to Battleship? My number 5 was Super Mario Brothers as well.
Okay.
For the same reasons as we brought up.
Right.
My number 4, though, is Saved by the Bell.
Ooh. Yeah.
That is shit. That show is shit.
It's so shit that it's more shit in my opinion than I think in yours. That was really hard to get. That was one of my most difficult ones to get through.
That was a slog. Like just sitting there through the 5 or 6 episodes we watched.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna be watching like a snuff film.
I feel like I should be calling the police instead of.
She's on caffeine or something. Except let her die. I wouldn't call the police for her. Oh, I mean, not the actress. Just Jessie Spano.
Just the
let her
child
die.
she's portraying.
The teenager. These 30-year-old teenagers.
Okay, let's see. My number 4. Is that what we're on?
Fourth worst, yeah.
My 4th worst, A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That is also, I mean, I'll just go ahead and say that's my 3rd worst. Fuck you, A Christmas Story. You've made me hate the 1940s more than I did.
And there was a world war in it.
Like the only just World War, and you're making me hate the decade.
Oh, you were turning it around. Okay, fair enough. My 3rd worst, The Neverending Story.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I think you liked that one more than I did.
I did like that one.
And that was a real struggle for me.
You really have to read the Neverending Story in the original German.
No, I don't.
To get the nuances of the rock monster.
How do you feel about Chaucer? Because that's really gonna... No, that was terrible.
No, I was great.
My wife says that I have to... my wife says that I have to rename my car because I hated the movie so much.
Yeah, you probably should find another white thing to name it after.
It gets really racist as soon as you get out of Falcor. David Duke!
Old David Duke here.
I guess it could be Herbie, but it's not a love bug.
It's definitely not a love bug, and I don't think they've made many movies about Fitz, Honda Fitz.
No.
There's no
Not
Herbie
yet.
the Honda Love
yet.
Fit.
It's coming.
Call Disney.
Okay, so 2nd worst?
Full House is my 2nd worst.
Oh.
Don't get the drum roll because it's the... I think we're both going to have the same worst, though.
No, because my 2nd worst was Punky Brewster.
Fuck that show. That was one where I, like Christmas Story, where I'm actually confused as to what happened. Like I missed a memo or something where people were remembering fondly these things where I was like, did I get the wrong version of it?
Yeah.
Because this is
Am I missing?
shit.
Well, maybe it was the cartoon. Maybe we're supposed to be watching the cartoon.
With the talking gopher.
Well, because my worst was Saved by the Bell, just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yours was Punky Brewster, mine was
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell. So I think it's a matter of what we were talking about before about the expectation thing, because it's not that I expected to like Saved by the Bell because I never did, but I guess my expectations were really low for Saved by the Bell, and then it went even lower. Whereas Punky Brewster, I just didn't really have any expectations at all. Like
I'm just like surprised that it became an icon of the 80s.
Yeah.
But it was still just such shit.
Did you see her fun jeans?
Her shoes don't match.
She had a bandana.
She's a full character. No, she isn't. She just can't dress herself.
Well, she's a child.
She wasn't like...
I'm defending my 2nd worst thing that we watched in an entire year of podcasting. All right, well, there you go.
That's it.
There's our list.
That was 2015 in a nutshell. So it's been a good year. We're looking forward to 2016.
Yeah, please tell us what you think. Email us at
If you're angry about this, if you want to yell at me about A Christmas Story and how cherished it is because your mom made you watch it one Christmas, please do. I'd love that.
You watched it recently?
I've lost friends at work, so why not just lose viewers with my angry opinions?
We've pissed out pretty much everyone. It's okay. Your inner child is an idiot at gmail.com is our email address if you want to email us. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr and Instagram. He's going to draw some stuff. He's going to draw
We've got some nice meatloaf recipes on Pinterest that you can check out.
I'm getting into the slow cooker, so we're going to have some recipes for that. Thanks for a good year. It's been really fun doing this. And please rate and review us on iTunes if you find the podcast there. That helps us be able to make some more.
If you can rate and review in the Google store, you can go ahead and do that.
I don't know how to do that. Never used it in my life, but there's probably some rating thing you can do.
What you want to do is push them away because it makes them only want to come and subscribe more.
And I will say this, if you don't like the podcast, I mean, I want you to be honest, but at the same time, why don't you just not listen to it?
Just don't write anything.
You know? That's fine.
Let's keep our reviews as biased as possible.
All right.
I guess I can wave as well. Bye.